remembering their wilderness wandering. So that in effect, they're symbolically all out in the wilderness, living in these huts that they would have to put up. That's why they did that. So this is the way they lived out going across they're in Mount Sinai and all. And they ran out of water. And they came to Rephidim, and they're suffering without water. And Moses was told to strike the rock. Remember that?
Yeah.
So he stood in front of the rock and he struck it with his rod. And out of the rock poured rivers of living. Living means moving, fresh, drinkable water.
Artesian well.
Rivers of living water poured out. And may I say that Moses' great sin was that he struck it a second time.
Amen, brother.
This was meant to be a powerful prophetic image, and he ruined it.
Yeah.
And so God had to make the point that there would be a rock, which is Messiah, and that when he was struck, the cross, the crucifixion,
yeah.
Out of him would pour rivers of living water to refresh his people. And so when Moses did it the second time in the wilderness of sin, he was supposed to speak to the rock.
To the rock.
See, that's a different place. That's north of Kadesh Barnea. It says he's going in. We go to the wilderness of sin when we go to Israel. So there he was supposed to speak to it, but he was angry at the people, and he took his staff and he struck it, I think twice, in fury. And the Lord said, "You've struck me. How dare you, in his anger, strike me and ruin this?" But in other words, so here's Jesus in the temple area, maybe on that quiet, solemn moment when everyone's quiet, but everybody's living in tents or in these brush arbors, remembering their exodus, and he says, "Are you thirsty? Come to me and drink." And then he says what you just pointed out, and he says, "If you come to me and drink, out of you will pour. You will now all be the rock of Rephidim. And out of you will pour rivers of water into the communities and places I put you." I mean, this is not a small matter. This isn't get a little religion, go to church a few times, listen to a lecture, and throw some money in the bucket. This isn't anything like that. This is huge. He's saying we will have the power of the living God dwelling in us, and we will be out and everywhere we go, that life will pour out of us.
And it's yours for the asking.
Yes.
You don't have to deserve it or earn it. You have to want it. You have to be thirsty, and you have to come to him and drink. Now, which is so simple.